I followed Rich Froning's training program for 3 months, and in this video I'm going to tell you if this program is for you. What's up, heroes? Welcome back. If you are new to my channel, my name is Cody. On this channel, we are mainly focused on CrossFit, but most importantly on helping and aiding you, the everyday athletes, as you grow and improve and grind every single day. So I followed Rich Froning's Mayhem Open Prep for 3 months, and I'm here to tell you exactly if this program is for you. So to start, what exactly is this program? So on the actual Mayhem training website, they state that this program is mainly geared towards a moderate athlete, someone that is trying to build up their capacity and improve in order to do better in the CrossFit Open. So I'm going to be going over a few different categories. Those categories being who is going to get the most out of this training, how many days per week is it, and how long approximately is each training day, how much does it cost, what do I like about it, what do I dislike about it, and most importantly, is it worth it for you? So starting off, obviously this is a CrossFit style training program, so if you are not into CrossFit, this probably is not going to be the training for you, although it is just a really strong training program if you are looking to improve your fitness and you're already at a moderate level. The people that are going to get the most out of this training are people that have already been doing CrossFit for at least a few years, I would say, or they are athletes or former athletes, and they're just kind of looking to step their fitnessing game up a little bit. Some movements that you should probably be able to do are going to be things like ring muscle ups, bar muscle ups, double unders, GHD sit up. You should have a firm grasp on clean and jerks and snatches, and most importantly, you guys, you should feel comfortable doing these movements without somebody actually coaching you through it right there with you, because obviously it's an online training program. You are not going to have somebody training and talking to you. They do not have any formal video review feedback like some training programs do have. That being said, you do need to be able to coach yourself at times. So the training days are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You take off Thursday, you train Friday, Saturday, and they take off Sunday. Just because they have it set for those days, you can actually mix things up. You can move the training days around, depending on where you can fit them in and what your actual rest days are. Currently, you do not have to follow those actual rest days, although you'd usually want to have a rest day in the middle of the week and then maybe on one either Saturday or Sunday. Each training session can take anywhere from 1 to 2 hours. I think generally it was taking me about 2 hours if I was really taking the time between workouts and taking the appropriate rest times between movements. You can definitely get each day done within an hour and a half if you really push the time. Some days you'll actually be able to get them done in an hour or less. I would say on average it's going to take you closer to 2 hours to get through each day of training if you're doing it as it is written. So as far as what equipment you are going to need, you should have access to things like a GHD, a jump rope for double unders, barbells, bumper plates, kettlebells, somewhere to do pull-ups, somewhere to do back squats, front squats, an area where you can do things like ring muscle ups, bar muscle ups, access to a rower. They do program a lot of assault bike in there also. They do put in ski, although they often will give different options instead of those different equipment. So I know a lot of you guys are tight on money, so the question is, how much does it cost? It is $49.99, or essentially $50 per month. As far as training programs go, I would say that is probably about average. It's definitely not, I wouldn't say it's on the high end. I've seen training programs that it costs a lot more, and there are obviously some training programs that are really good that are free, like Misfits. But if you're really looking to improve, I do think that $50 is not really unreasonable. So now let's actually get into the things that I liked about it and the things that I didn't like about it. So the first thing that I really liked about this was it utilizes an app. That app is called SugarWOD. Maybe you're familiar with if your gym utilizes this. Essentially, SugarWOD is just an app where you can look up the workouts. There's notes in there from the coaches on how the workout should be performed. Everyone puts their scores in. It's very simple, easy to use. Everything is really on one page as far as posting your workouts and putting in comments and stuff like that. And the nice thing about it is that you get to see what everyone else's scores are, so you can kind of see, hey, what's a competitive score here. It's not like, oh, I'm working out by myself, I don't have anything to push me. Generally what I would do is I would go look and see what some of the scores were previously, so I had some targets that I could reach for and try to push myself a little harder with. Something else that I really like, they actually provided scaling options for almost all the metcons. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the metcons are pretty tough. I had to scale a lot of them. The only ones I never had to scale were really mostly the body weight stuff, but there are some workouts where you were doing cleans at like 225. I can't do 225 cleans for reps. So there was a lot of times where I had to scale, and then there was times where they would have things like handstand walking, where it was for 100 feet, and I just don't think I would have been able to maintain that for more than a round. And the cool thing was that they would actually have scaling options. It would pretty much tell you what your target times to finish would be. It would say this is what a competitive time is, and they would provide a time cap for each workout, so you knew if you're not able to finish that workout within the time cap and you're not able to finish it under the recommended time, then hey, this is a really good idea for me to probably scale this workout, because they want you to get the intended response out of the actual workout. So if that workout is meant to be a fast burner or a sprint, you are actually going to feel like it is a sprint, and you're not going to take 10 plus minutes to do the workout. So what did I not like? Sometimes it could be a little bit tedious. Sometimes they would have metcons. You would do Fran, and then you would rest 5 minutes, and then you would do Fran again. I think there was one time where we did that 3 times. So that is what I mean by tedious, but I understand why they do it, and it's because it gives you kind of a good idea of what you need for recovery and how much you actually are falling off after you're working out really hard. You know, after one round of Fran, your time is going to slow down a lot, so you can actually kind of get a good feel of how hard you can push things in order to maintain your capacity. So in that, I mean, I understand exactly why they do that, but to me, it just kind of is tedious. And I wasn't really enjoying it that much. The only other thing that I didn't like was that there were times where I wasn't really able to do the stuff that's in it, and by that I just mean I didn't really have all the stuff that I needed. So my gym is fairly small. I can't just take down the ropes for rope climbs whenever I want. There's usually rope climbs at least once a week, sometimes twice. So I really wasn't able to do many of the rope climb metcons. These really aren't downsides for a lot of people. If you have access to a full gym, you have all the equipment, then you're not gonna have any problems with this. These dislikes are very subjective, so, you know, take them with a grain of salt. You may not have the same objections that I have. So now, most importantly, is it worth it for you? If, like I said previously, you are a moderate athlete, and by that I mean you have been doing CrossFit for 2-3 years, and you're able to do things like muscle ups, handstand walking, rope climbs, you don't have any problems with the technical aspects of cleans and snatches, then yes, I do think that you would benefit from this. If you are like me, you do a lot of stuff in your home gym, and you don't have things like ropes for rope climbs, you don't have anywhere to do muscle ups because maybe your ceiling is too low like mine, and you don't have access to assault bikes, rowers, and skiers, then I would probably say this is not going to be a good training for you unless you do have the ability to use those when they are put in the program. Overall though, I would honestly say that the training program itself is very solid. I mean, anything that Rich Froning is going to be putting out is going to be good. I mean, that's just given. He won the CrossFit Games 4 times in a row. He is an absolute monster. He's still winning the Affiliate Cup almost every single year, so you know that this is a quality training program. So if the $50 a month isn't too much for you, if you're able to do all those movements, and if you have access to all the necessary equipment, and you're really looking to step your game up, and you want to focus on improving on the open, then this is 100% a good training program for you. If you are a more advanced athlete and you're actually looking to compete and you want to do things like competitions, sanctionals, or maybe even one day go to the CrossFit Games, then I would probably say you should look at maybe one of their more advanced programming, because you're going to get a lot more out of that, as this is tailored to do better in things like open workouts, although it does include things like rope climbs. You may be asking, why would I even need to do a training program? And the answer is simply, it gives you something to work on without you even having to think about, hey, what should I be working on? A lot of times when we actually write our own programming, we focus on things that we're already good at. So like for me, I'm going to be programming a lot of gymnastic-y stuff, when really I should be focusing more on my weightlifting because that is my weakness. So if you don't have somebody that's coaching you, you're just kind of doing your own thing, then I would say training programs are super helpful and essential almost. So check out the training guys. Check out my video over here if you need a new pair of shoes and you don't know what to get, or check out this video if you want to see how I did at my last competition.